Hello to everyone. Hi. Today we'll begin with our continuation of a quantum chemistry lecture, in which today I will go for the hydrogen-like atom. Like in previous case, we studied about the hydrogen atom. Hydrogen atom means it's a basic atom which consists of a single electron, which consists of a one electron system, and there it's an ideal case. We considered it as an ideal case. Now we'll discuss about the hydrogen like atom. Means basically it may be a helium atom or some other. So related to these aspects, related to the quantum mechanical aspects, we'll study hydrogen like atom. Before going to actual concept, now we'll define eigenfunction. What do you mean by a eigenvalue or eigenfunctions? That was studied in a regular class. The eigenvalue problem for the hydrogen atom, in which there are two steps. We'll go for one by one. But the first step is step one. Define the Schrodinger equation for the problem. For the hydrogen atom, the potential energy is given by the Coulombic potential, which is V of R. Coulombic potential, yesterday in our yesterday's class we discussed detailed about the Coulombic force of attraction. That is V of R. V of R is equal to C square divided by 4 pi epsilon naught R, and we'll call this as the equation 1. With very with the very quantum eigenvalue problem, we define the Hamiltonian, such as a Hamiltonian H cap is equal to T plus V. That is, we'll name as the equation 2. The potential is defined above the kinetic energy is given by T is equal to H cross square divided by 2 mc into del square, and this is equation 3. The Hamiltonian for the hydrogen atom will become H cap is equal to negative of H cross square divided by 2 mc into del square minus C square divided by 4 pi epsilon naught R, and this is equation 4. And since the potential has no time dependency, the potential has a it is a time independent, no time dependent. We can see the time independent Schrodinger equation as a H cross of psi of x y g minus that is equal to E of psi of x y g, and this was mentioned in equation 5. And the step 2 is the first step 1 is defining the Schrodinger equation. Step 2 is the solving the Schrodinger equation for the problem. The potential has a spherical symmetry. The potential has a spherical symmetry, that is depends only on and not typically in terms of L and M. So switching to spherical coordinates is useful. The new eigenvalue problem is H cap of psi of R theta phi, that is equal to H cross square divided by 2 mc into 1 by R square into differentiation with respect to R of R square into d psi of R theta phi divided by dr plus 1 by R square sin theta into d by d theta of sin theta into d psi of R theta phi divided by d theta plus 1 by R square sin square theta into d square psi of R theta phi divided by d phi square minus of E square divided by 4 pi epsilon naught R of psi of R theta phi, and this whole term is equal to E of psi of R theta phi. Now multiplying equation 2 by 2 MER square and moving to the left side is given by H cross square into d by dr of R square into d psi of R theta phi divided by dr minus of H cross square of 1 by sin theta into d by d theta of sin theta into d psi of R theta phi divided by d theta plus 1 by sin square theta into d square psi of R theta phi divided by d phi square minus of 2 mc R square of 2 me r square of e square divided by 4 pi epsilon naught r plus e of psi r theta phi, that is equal to 0. Although equation 8 is a complex equation, it's a very complex equation, it can be simplified by using three formulas. This is equation 8. Using three formulas, that is L cap square of, L cap square is equal to negative of h square, negative of h cross square into 1 by sin theta into d by d theta of sin theta into d psi of d theta plus 1 by sin square theta into d square psi by d phi square, and we will call this as equation 9. So psi of r theta phi is equal to r of r into y of t to the power m of theta phi, and we will call this as equation 10, where L cap square into y of yl to the power m is equal to h cross square L of L plus 1 into yt to the power m, and this is equation 11. Using these three equations, equation 17.8 for the equation will be given by h cross square divided by 2me into r square into d by dr of r square into dr of r divided by dr plus h cross square into L of L plus 1 whole divided by 2me into r square minus of e square divided by 4 pi epsilon naught r minus e into r of r is equal to 0, and this is whole term is equation 12. A solution for r of r can be found with a quantum number n, and then E of n, energy of n, is solved as E of n is equal to negative of me into e to the power 4 divided by 8 c square naught into s square by n square, and this is equation 13, where the value of n is equal to a positive integer, that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and so on till infinity. So these are the steps to solve the problem, and next step is the step 3 is do something with the Einstein eigenstates and associated with energy. Let's talk about the solution first. Ranges of the three quantum numbers. In following these type of differential equations, there are limits on and empty but not, where n is equal to positive integer, that is 1, 2, 3, 4 and so on till infinity. L is equal to 0, 1, 2, 3 and so on till n minus 1, and ml is equal to 0, plus or minus 1, plus or minus 2, plus or minus 3 and so on till plus or minus L. And next, energy. Every object or every atom or every molecule, whatever it may be, every object which is associated with certain kinds of energy. The motion of the electron in the hydrogen atom is not free. The electron is bound to an atom by the attractive force of the nucleus, and consequently quantum mechanics predicts that the total energy of the electron is quantized. That all of you know. The expression for the energy is E of n is equal to minus of 2 pi square m e to the power 4 into z square whole divided by n square h square, and we will call it as the equation 14, where again the value of n is any positive integer, that is 1, 2, 3, 4 and so on, where m is the mass of the electron, E is the magnitude of the electronic charge, and n is a quantum number, and h is the, all of you know, that is the Planck's constant, and z is the atomic number, the number of positive charges in the nucleus. Then question, or then the equation 17.4 or the equation 4 is often expressed as, equation 14 is often expressed as E of n is equal to z square into h divided by 2n square, and we will call this as equation 15, where E of h is the Hartree energy. Hartree energy, its value is 27.211 electron volt. The equation applies to any one electron atom or any one electron ion. For example, helium plus is one electron system for which Z is equal to 2. For which Z is equal to 2. We can again construct an energy level diagram listing allowing the energy value as shown in the below figure. See the figure. This is the energy level diagram for the hydrogen-like atoms or hydrogen-like atoms. Okay, the figure which describes the energy level diagram for the hydrogen atom. Each line denotes an allowed energy for the atom. An energy level diagram plots energy vertically and is useful in visualizing the energy states of a system and the transitions between them. This diagram is for the hydrogen atom electrons, or you can consider this for a hydrogen-like atoms as well. Okay, now we'll begin. These are obtained by substituting all possible values into equation 14 as we described in above in the previous slide. As in our previous example, we shall represent all the constants that appear in the expression for E of n by the Rydberg constant, that is R, and we shall set Z is equal to 1, that is consider only the hydrogen atom. En is equal to minus of R by n square, and we'll name this as equation 16, with n is equal to positive integer as usual, like a 1, 2, 3, 4 and so on. Now, orthonormality of the eigenstate. The normalization condition for the hydrogen atomic wave function is given by psi of NLM of modulus of psi of NLM ML, that is equal to del of n dash into del of LL dash into del of ML into ML dash, and this is equation 17, where each N, L and NL value corresponds to a specific wave function, that is modulus of psi of N, L, ML of R theta phi is equal to modulus of R of R of Y of L to the power m into theta into phi, and equation 18. For example, modulus of psi of 100 corresponds to a wave function with a n is equal to 1, L is equal to 0 and m of L is equal to 0. This is the 1s orbital, and psi of 100 thus can be referred as a psi of 1s. With the same reasoning refers to psi of 2p. Equation 17, see the equation 17. Equation 17 in integral formulation is modulus of psi of 2 tan. And triple integration of 0 to infinity, 0 to pi and 0 to 2 pi of psi star of NL ML into psi of NL ML into R square sin theta into d phi of d theta into dr is equal to del of n dash into del of LL dash into del of ML into ML dash, where R square sin theta is a Jacobian function and the whole term is we'll name it as an equation 19. And next we'll go to the angular part. From our work on the rigid rotor, we know that the eigenfunctions of an angular momentum operator are the spherical harmonic functions. See the below table as well as the below diagram here. A spherical harmonic 5 as commonly displayed, sorted by increasing energies and aligned for the symmetry. See here it's aligned for the symmetry. These are the different structures. And next is the radial part of the wave function. Radial part of the wave function.